I want to open up for one more question. Yep.
Hi, my name is Mudassir. I'm from Wells Fargo. So I have a question for you guys. It's a little dark stuff. Imagine in 2070, we have a killer AIs coming along. And we heard recently that on November 22nd on TechCrunch, there was an article about Google AI translator created their internal language. So for instance, they think that humanity is kind of like the Skynet kind of era, that they're a threat, let's wipe out the humanity. So who should have the master key? The corporations, the government, or United Nations? Or there should be some fourth entity who can say, no, let's turn it off, because it's killing humanity?
Who's on that?
I'll take the key.
Go for it.
The death one.
Who should have the master key? Okay.
Oh God, everybody's really?
Did you
Seriously?
I thought you just you wanted to take it.
Oh no, I mean, sure, okay.
Are you saying like I'll take it?
Yeah.
Nobody
I mean,
else
I'm
wants
willing
it.
to bear that for humanity. Like, I'll do it. No, I mean, I think you see there are groups coming together now, and I think you see this with OpenAI. I think you see this with the partnership on AI between IBM and a lot of the other major tech companies out there. That folks are trying to put thought into this, but I think to anchor this back to the humanity component, I almost wonder if it's sort of destructive to be thinking in that way with respect to AI. Because
governance.
No offense to those groups, but particularly no offense to those groups, but with respect to what we really need to be worrying about in AI today, and I think OpenAI especially realizes this, right, in terms of democratization and getting data sets out there and educating folks, right? That's where the biggest benefits are going to come from. And it's not that I don't want to answer your question per se, it's just that there's so much hype and crap out there with respect to, partnering together and planning for the ethics of, the Terminator that's going to come and vanquish the Earth, and it's just not happening. And some research paper might be published 10 years from now that might prove otherwise, maybe tomorrow that might prove otherwise. But I think that overly focusing on that is just not really a beneficial conversation. And I think actually it serves to hinder the purpose, because so many people in America are reading press that says, and we're guilty of it too, that says, these groups are coming together, they're thinking about the ethics of it, and people love stories like that. But I'm just not convinced that that's where we're headed at this point.
Yeah, I would say that my bigger concern is humans than the AI that's going to be making it at this point. The discrimination and things of that nature that can be baked in when there's a small group, and this is something that a lot of these the partnership, for example, recognize. When there's not a large amount of people with a diverse group of opinions, men, women, race, etc., then the AI can reflect back the biases of the society, and then you're working with something that is effectively this mystical thing.
Data halo.
Right. That algorithms have a bit of that as well. That is all-knowing and can't be questioned, and so discrimination is effectively baked into that.
Yeah.
That's my bigger concern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you watch The Walking Dead, it's not, you don't worry about the zombies, you worry about the other people. Right? No, I mean, I think you're right too, and I that's to me a more pressing concern now than, and it's not something that really could be shut off, but I think sort of the purposes that watchdogs now need to think about is exactly this idea that people would place this faith in something that comes, if it's been touched by a computer, then we assume that it must be fair, and that it, I think, is one of the most dangerous assumptions that we could make, and that to address that now is very important, because you already see parole offices that use algorithms to predict someone's likelihood of reoffending, and using that information as part of many factors in deciding whether they should be granted parole. And that's that needs to be examined now, and that's not a 2070 thing. And I think that's super important.
Totally agree.
So to take us out, 20 seconds each.